Okay, good afternoon. This is Vimal for the channel called Second Brain, AI powered business thinking. I'm your host. Today we have a special guest in our room, who his name is Mr. Kaylor, and he is a managing director on a company called Chem Concrete USA. Right, the company is very unique. They do very specific things. They are brain and mind behind the creation of concrete and cement industry. They are a global company, and then they have a crazy lot of PhD members are working for them and then researching for them, and then we have him as a guest. So thank you very much, Jim, to be on the call. And welcome to Second Brain. And so first thing first, I will ask you by saying that what do you do for Chemical Concrete USA?
Well, thank you, Vima. I appreciate the invitation and the conversation. I'm the managing director for Chem Concrete. I work for some very nice folks out of Australia. Sohail Sam Jahandari, his wife, and his team. As you mentioned, they're all PhDs. They're super smart. They've developed this amazing, wonderful admixture, and I'm tasked to basically bring it to market. I've got 40 plus years on and off has always dealt with the ready-mix industry, ready-mix concrete industry in the United States here, and particularly in the Southwest, and probably most concentrated in Southern California where I reside. And it's been a privilege. Regardless of my participation or not, I think it's a huge, valuable technology that will really move the needle. I don't think since super plasticizers were introduced widely in the mid-90s, where they became stable and widely used, has the industry seen a technology quite like this. So it's been a real honor and privilege to represent them and kind of carry the flag, so to speak, here in all of North America.
Okay. Okay, beautiful. So I saw that on your portal, on your website, saying that you also have a patent file, and then having this technology and having this spatial admixture into the United States, and then you are the person who's running this whole thing for this big giant organization. So here is a question. Here is where we wanted to take our conversation towards, saying that into this very niche market or into this very niche industry of yours, which is like very specific in the sense of a construction side in this kind of a domain. How do you use the technology in order to evolve the whole efforts or whole work of yours and then introduce to the consumer and then those commercial users? How do you use the technology in that?
Well, that's an excellent question. I think it's relevant. It's definitely very timely. You can start to see our professional platform. Actually, where I met Sam and the principals with Chem Concrete was through LinkedIn. And I think that's a very powerful platform. It's kind of a nice place for the building industry to kind of come and mingle. You've got some vendors like myself, manufacturers, as well as engineers. We have a gentleman, Murtash Solani. He's probably the most popular engineer in the world on that LinkedIn platform. So it's a really nice area to kind of, I think, exchange ideas and thoughts and see really where the trajectory of a lot of this is going. And I would agree, AI, like we talked earlier, I think jokingly, you have Bitcoin, and people probably 20 years ago thought that was a fad. I think this AI is here. I think it's here to stay. I think it's a matter of where does it fit in. I know my principals are using it quite a bit in really the production, the manufacturing of collateral, brochures, technical data, pieces that help illustrate the technology. We have a wide range. I might sell a homeowner here doing his driveway, or a residential builder doing curb and gutter. The next day I might talk to an engineer, an architect who's designing a nuclear power plant. So it's kind of a broad range. We look to cater to everybody and to fill those needs. So I think it's a very powerful tool. I think it can be very powerful in helping get that across, whether whether it's a really
Okay.
complicated cement hydration formula or something very
Nice.
simple about a tighter, denser, more durable piece of concrete. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I think I'm hearing you saying that, Jim, that on top of using the tools like, networking tools, or the tools like, where we are meeting right now on a virtual softwares, maybe like, DocuSigns, and then email services, and a lot of all those supporting tools which are AI infused or AI used, and then it is helping your day-to-day operations and day-to-day work into this industry. But when it comes to a opportunity versus setback, if I may ask, saying that, is this AI will create a lot of opportunity in terms of doing something nice in your industry? If yes, then what do you think that we as a creator should focus on, saying that, okay, hey, if you are creating an AI, or if you're creating some kind of a service or a tool, you should focus in our industry into this particular area. There is a gap over there.
Well, that's an excellent question. I think it's very effective in reaching broad audiences. I think we shared initially some of my objections. Because of the building industry the way it is, I've been over 40 years, and a lot of the people I deal with have too. There's a certain intimacy. I think if you're here and you've stuck around 40 years, you probably know a little bit what you're doing. You're competent. You're relevant. So I'd hate to see losing that personal connection is the biggest issue to me. Obviously, I'm not a PhD. I'm just a peddler at the end of the day. I am able to take a lot of information and boil it down into something more casual, something more simulable. So I don't want to lose that rapport I have. Again, with 40 plus year relationships, I'm able to speak at a certain comfort level. I'm not sure if AI could jeopardize some of that. If I talk to my associates in the industry, there's a certain familiarity, and I don't know if AI will be able to feel that. I think for initial contact, I think for a certain segment of the structural engineer community, for specifiers, for architects, it will be outstanding as far as getting my information to them, getting it organized, getting it accessible, getting it quickly. Those are all priorities. But again, I think there's a tremendous amount of work in the building industry, billions of dollars, that are done every day on a handshake. And that's me looking you in the eye, you looking me in the eye. And I would hate to see that get lost in this big push with the AI. That would be really my main only concern that I can see at this point.
I think, Jim. So I think what you are trying to teach me is that never lost that human touch of the whole industry, which is very important, very essential. But at the same time, you are telling us, saying that the data, or the accessibility of data, or into a sales and into a marketing, all those sector of this whole venture or the business, AI can come in a picture, AI can come in a play, and then do a lot of good things and positive things quickly, smartly, fast. But at the same time, when like the way you portrayed very nicely, saying that into this specific industry, there has to be human touch, there has to be very accuracy in terms of person involved with those kind of an experience and expertise still needs to get involved and then evolve with the whole workaround. So that's very nicely put it. So for us, the understanding is that there is an opportunity, but at the same time we have to be very careful. Nice. The next thing could be, since we all are talking about, there's a very common phrase saying that AI will take your job and stuff like that, right? It doesn't apply to your industry because there's a lot of experience and a lot of expertise you need to put in play. What are your thoughts on that phrase called saying that AI will take the jobs in that particular niche market? I mean, is that a truth? Is that something just a fush?
Yeah, I think that's pretty hyperbolic. I think overall, I know for me and people like me, I import, I actually do some manufacturing, inventory. There's a lot of logistics, moving stuff around the country, around the planet for that matter. bringing stuff in. I could have the hundreds of thousands of dollars of product floating around the ocean somewhere at any given time. I don't ever see the human element going away. That doesn't concern me. Like I said, I think I would rely more on the initial contact of opening the doors, and then I would prefer to step in at that personal level. So I might not fully utilize the whole AI universe, but I would definitely, on that initial contact, and perhaps some type of maintenance. You know, we all know Salesforce, right? The big, powerful customer relations management tool. I see AI very powerfully in that area.
Okay,
but
nice.
So I might replace my Salesforce. I'm not going to replace a person. I don't see losing any personnel over the AI issue. No, not in my.
Nice. So that's very beautifully said, saying that we don't need to worry about people losing their job into this particular niche business with the AI.